Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, good morning.
Welcome back to Real Talk with SLR.
How are you guys doing today?
Well, I'm doing good. How are you, baby?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yesterday, or last night, I should say, we got a little bit of rain. Not a whole lot, just a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's very gloomy outside.
Yeah.
It's like super, overcasty. It's supposed to be raining off and on all day today.
It's like that misting rain right now.
Yeah, it's misting outside. It's not even fully raining. It's just like mist.
Yeah.
It's like we're in a big cloud.
Sky is spitting on us.
Yeah. Outside right now, like I'm looking out the window to our big mountain view, and you can only see that first ridge. You can't see the second or third ridge because it's all just covered in cloud, which looks beautiful. I mean, it looks gorgeous. I don't mind the temperature. It's not super cold. It's cool, but it's not like cold.
Yeah.
But yeah, tonight was supposed to get down to freezing, and it's basically going to stay in freezing at nights for like the next 5 days.
Yep.
So we did work on the insulation yesterday.
Yes.
We didn't finish, but we did start working on it, and even though we're not done, the temperature inside the basement is pretty nice. What are we looking at? It says
74.
Yeah, 74 and 41% humidity in here, so it's pretty nice.
I turned off one of the other heaters.
Yeah.
But because when we woke up, it was 76 in here. And I was like, yeah, this is a little warm.
Yeah.
Turn off this one.
Let's turn it down a little bit.
Because, I like it to be about 70 degrees, So if it's 76 is a little hot for my liking.
76 is comfortable for me.
I know, but
I can deal with it being cooler too. It's not like I'm frozen. When it gets into the 60s, even if it's 69, then I'm cold.
Yeah. I don't mind it being 68. Like, once it gets below 68 degrees, that's when it starts getting chilly for me.
Yeah. I think it might be because I have lower blood pressure or something. You know what I mean? Like maybe
That might be it.
I don't know. The circulation for me isn't as...
Circulation's important in the cold.
Yeah. Maybe my circulation isn't strong enough to deal with the cold. My body is just used to being in the desert for my whole life, right? So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I need to acclimate.
Yeah.
And we are, slowly but surely.
We're slowly but surely acclimating, yeah.
This will be our second winter in Arkansas.
Yep.
This will be our first winter inside the basement. Last winter, we were all bundled in the trailer, which was...
That was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun.
It was fun.
But it was...
we were warm. I mean, we stayed warm. We had all of our needs met. It's going to be much better being here inside the basement this year.
Yes.
But we just got things we got to check off the old list.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So...
It's coming along, though. Insulation was a big pain in my booty.
Yeah, to say the least.
I'll say this. All right. Everybody out there that tries to give any insulator, crap because it's so easy. No, it's not. No, it's not. It is so tedious and
it looks super easy.
It looks easy. And on paper, it's like, oh yeah, you just cut it this way.
Just cutting stuff. Just cutting stuff.
Man. And then
I'll just say this. I do have a video that's coming out for you guys today on Simple Life Reclaimed. We get a lot of the work done, but I will say that we didn't finish.
No.
And we did end up hitting kind of a brick wall. And I think it was just because Gary and we were looking at it for so long. And you ever get to that point, when you're trying to figure something out or when you're working on something and you stare at it and you stare at it and you just are drawing a blank and it just doesn't seem to really work and then you step away from it and come back and then you feel a little bit more refreshed and rejuvened and you try to fit the jigsaw puzzle back together again and you hit the wall again, and you got to walk away from it and come back. That's kind of how we were. And we figured it out this morning with help of Anthony and Roxanne, Country Road Cure. We had them come over and be our second pair of eyes and explain to them our thought process on what we were doing, why we're doing it, and lay out this is the way we could go, this is the other way we could go, which way would you go if you were us? And having them over here just to kind of be a second pair of eyes for us was so like, thank you, Anthony and Roxanne, because it really kind of just clarified, you know, it's just, because it's sometimes it's right in front of your face and you can't see it.
Yes.
You know? I'm sorry, still got the cough.
And I mean, the biggest thing is and like, it happens to us all the time, and which is partly why we want to take our time and we don't want to screw it up.
Yeah.
And everything. We're not professionals.
No.
Say it all the time. But we try to exceed and try to do the best that anybody could do off of researching what's available online and everything else.
Yeah.
And I was trying to, my biggest thing was like trying to insulate everything, you know, because we have the wood there. I don't want any air leaks. I don't want anything. I want it to be stuffed and I want it to be good every which way.
So here's our dilemma, because they might not know what we're talking about.
No, I know, and
It's the open web floor joists.
Yes.
So that's where we were having the issue, is with the open web floor joists and trying to
make it to where it's as tight as possible without having it have any air loss and everything else. And with the orientation of the 2x4s is what got me. And I'm gonna say it to myself. I said it to Denise and Marcel, and I try to come back to myself and say this to myself quite often. Don't overthink it. Keep it simple, stupid.
yeah, kiss. Well, babe, I'll say this. That's one of the qualities that I really love about you, though, is that you do think things through. You think about all the variables, you think about all the different things, and because of that, me, your wife, and your kids have always been taken care of and protected, and you have done an excellent job. So don't beat yourself up too much about that. But yes, you do have a tendency to overthink things, and you do have a tendency to go above and beyond, but just don't lose it. I would say just, you know, as your wife, I would say don't lose that, because that's part of who you are. But in times of frustration and in times of, what do we do? Go back to KISS.
I know.
You know?
But that's what I'm saying, is I need to
But I love that about you.
I need to remember, and I need to hold myself to it, because it's not a crazy thing. And I mean, I just need to get it as tight as possible. And my thought was trying to cover up the wood joists this way because it's flat. I don't have...
Oh, hold on one second. Our light turned off, guys. Keep talking, baby.
I don't have the orientation of 2x4s or 2x6s or 2x8s or whatever your floor joist or ceiling joist or whatever it is, or the wood studs. A lot of times the orientation is, you know, flat, straight on. And you'll have that 3.5 inches of wood, but yet it's only 1.5 inches, you know, so you're not really going to insulate that. But the way that my floor joists are, it's flat and it's only 1.5 inches thick, you know, versus the 3.5 inches, and the exposed is 3.5 inches versus 1.5. So I was trying to make it to where I'm covering those up and trying to keep that heat loss really down and try to make it as tight as possible. And if I do that, it's going to take us months.
It's going to take forever. It's going to take forever. Like, it'll be February and we'll finally be done with all the insulation. Like, it's going to take forever. Forever. So, and the thing is we don't live in a really super freezing area, and we are kind of already maintaining temperature in here nicely.
We live in the south.
Yeah, we're in the south,
and
so
I'm more worried about the moisture than I am about the cold.
Yeah.
Like, that's more so my worry and my concern, which is partly why we went with the mineral wool versus fiberglass, because I would be kicking myself down like no tomorrow if we put fiberglass in there and it got wet. Because
and another
mold
thing,
issues and everything, I'm just like, no.
Another thing that we have to remind ourselves is that this isn't the roof.
Correct.
You know, there's going to be a cabin up above there.
If it's insulated enough to where it can keep the heat in here better, it's going to keep the heat in here better than how it is right now.
Right, no matter
Regardless.
what. Yeah, no matter what.
So that's the end all that we're trying to do.
So that's where the frustration came in, is yesterday we were trying a couple different ways. We were thinking, well, you know, we're supposed to put the insulation up in between the joists, and it's supposed to just snug, tight fit in there. But then Gary had the issue where he was cutting out pieces because he wanted it to be snug over the wood to create like the tightest spot possible. And then that was starting to take like so freaking long, and I can see Gary's frustration, and I brought up to Gary, I'm like, well, what if we just like lay it over the top of the joist going the other way to where we're not really having to make as many cuts? And then, you know, we molded around, we talked about it for probably like an hour, and then, you know, he tried it that way.
I tried both ways.
And there was still several cuts that he was having to make because the webbing system, it's like there's a bunch of V's, and you got to get it snug right in there.
And I have to notch it out in a point where it's not just on the edge where I'm notching. I have to notch it out further in versus anything else, and trying to make it as tight as possible. And
it was just so frustrating. So we ended up sleeping on it. And that's sometimes the best thing that you can do, is walk away, sleep on it, and come back the next day. We grabbed this, you know, second pair of eyes, discussed it with them, and they kind of set it straight. So thanks, Big Bro and Rocks, for helping us to see what was right in front of our face the whole time. But we did get a lot done yesterday. I'm gonna be, like I said, I will be putting out a video today, and we got a lot of the side insulation done. So all the cuts that we had to make, basically where the zip board system is, that go connecting from the block. Here's the block wall, here's the zip board system, and then here is the Advantech floor. So this piece right here, which is the zip board system, that can actually cause a lot of air, cold and stuff to come into. So in between all those floor joists, it's like 12.5 inches, a square, and then a little notch that had to be put in right there on the side. So we got it done. So that's done. And then there's these triangle web pieces that had to be cut out too over there on the sides. So we got all of the I
found that not all of them were cut exactly.
No.
Or they're not all exactly the same, even though they're engineered floor trusses, and you would think that they're exactly all the same to the dimension, but they're not. They're variant wise. And
yeah, so like we tried making like a stamp where we would, you know, take one measurement and take one piece and then just like trace it and then cut out the same thing.
And if you're off by a half of an inch on the triangle tip, imagine being that off, and now you're off by that sliver piece, or even an inch on some, where it's like, wait, what? How are you that much shorter? Like, what the heck?
It was just like a frustrating day, because it was, we were so like in such a good mood too, and like we maintained our good mood throughout the entire day.
Yes.
I will say, like we were happy, and we're just kind of like, man,
just taking all
yeah, what the heck is going on? So
I think today we've got a game plan.
Yeah, today we're gonna kick butt.
Yes, I'm not going to overthink it. I'm not going to worry about the open part of the actual wood joists or anything else like that. I'm not gonna stress myself out anymore about it.
No, don't.
It's only going to be for this winter, and regardless of having anything in there is going to be better than what it is right now. And it's going to keep that temperature a lot closer to what we need. And our energy cost is going to go down tremendously just because we're putting this in.
Yeah.
So.
And it'll be good for the next 5 days of freeze too.
Yep.
It'll be good.
It'll be all right. And we'll be able to move along a lot quicker too.
But it was very frustrating though, like, because it was like everything that we were doing, and we started out the day so gung ho and so, you know, happy and like, yay, we finally got our insulation, only to be like, ha, oh yeah, ha. You know, like it was, but we kept our spirit alive. We kept the spirit alive.
That's for sure.
And we're gonna keep it going alive today too. So. We got a lot of this work that we're going to finish off. I had a fail yesterday. Along with all of the insulation fails, I also had a camera fail yesterday. As you guys know, we've been using these Rode mics, which are great. But yesterday, like when I was ending the video and we're walking around and we're showing everything that like we got done and whatnot, the audio track for that whole file is gone because the transmitter wasn't plugged in fully to our camera, or it was it died or something, because the mics were definitely on. Like, we looked at each other's mics and they were definitely on.
No.
It had to do with the transmitter, so either it died right when we started recording.
It wasn't on, it wasn't plugged in.
It wasn't plugged in properly. So yeah, so that part is a fail. I don't know. I'm just feeling like, so I do have a video that I haven't uploaded it to Simple Life Reclaimed yet. I do have a video that I can upload for you guys, and you guys can see everything that we've gotten done this far. But it's obviously not completely done. And
Yep.
yeah.
I will
We're going to have to end it this morning. We're going to have to walk around and show you guys what we're talking about a little bit, to give you guys a visual on the predicament that we ran into, and how we're going to move forward. So I would say this installation video is going to be a two-parter at least, just because it just worked out that way. I didn't plan it that way. It just worked out that way. So I hope you guys enjoy it nonetheless. I did my best to keep it entertaining.
Yes.
And I hope you guys like it.
It's
So.
It's gonna be all right.
But we do have to end the video this morning, because otherwise it's like we're working and we're getting it, and then all of a sudden, boop, that's it. There's nothing left, because all the footage that I have of, like, you know, after like we're getting it is like trash. Can't use it.
It's us talking that you can't hear.
You can't. Yeah, audio, it's trash, so we can't use it.
Life of a YouTuber.
Yes, life.
When you screw up of a shot like that, it's like,
it's the struggle is real.
Son of a gun. All right.
Start from scratch.
Retake.
Yeah. And so that's what we got to do this morning. We're doing this real talk. We're going to end out the video. That's why it's not uploaded yet, because we still have to record the ending, which we're going to do this morning. I'm going to load it into the thing, finish editing it out, and then I'll get it uploaded. So I don't know about what time it'll be available on Simple Life Reclaimed. I just know that it'll be there sometime today, hopefully around our usual upload time, which is like 2. So hopefully you guys will be able to see that. And then we are going to be working, and we are going to be getting it, and we are going to do as much as humanly possible. And I think that we're going to be moving at a faster speed now that we're going to keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah.
You know? So now that we have a better game plan, I think. It was like we were trying to put, you know, like a square peg in a round hole. That's kind of a thing yesterday. Mm-hmm. In a way. And it was, you know, we've never done this before.
No. Never done it before. We've worked with the fiberglass insulation.
Oh, many times.
Many times.
That has like the cardboard or paper, the paper, whatever backing, and you just
whatever you want to call
staple that son of a gun in the wall. Ding, 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 ding.
No.
This is a lot different. This is a lot different.
And it's gonna be interesting. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this next try goes.
Give it the good old college try.
I swear, I've tried it now 2 different ways. I'm gonna go for the 3rd different way.
3rd time's the charm, babe. 3rd time's the charm. I got faith in you. I believe in you.
I hope.
We're a great team. I'll be Cut Master 5000. You be Stuff Master 5000.
This is gonna be interesting. I'm not gonna lie.
But we're gonna make it work. We're gonna get to work. I guess there's no time like the present. We better finish wrapping up the video so I could edit it and put it out for you guys. That's not gonna take me too long. I think while I do that, you're gonna get some of the prep work done in here.
Yep.
And then it's gonna be Cut Master and Stuff Master, and get it done.
We'll get her in there.
So
I'm really looking forward to this next go around, because I'm hoping that it will work out the way that we're planning it.
Much better plan this time around.
Yes.
And I think that we could see how it needs to go.
It should be a lot easier for me to stuff it in there.
Yeah.
Because rock wool is not, I mean, it has some give, but it's not as givable as you would think. And it's like, you don't want to deteriorate the material either by trying to manipulate it. To where it's like, I don't want to break it. I don't want to, like, this is going up, and it's going to be above me. Like, I don't want it to be breaking and falling out of the ceiling. That would suck.
Oh, and there were several people that had brought up some really great ideas, which we might be implementing in the future, maybe, maybe not. But some of the ideas was to keep things from dropping down on us and whatnot. We could either staple a piece of plastic up to the beams, or we could use a drop cloth, which might be more affordable and more breathable.
I don't want to put plastic up there.
Yeah, but a
Just
drop
for
cloth is
breathing-wise.
the idea. A drop cloth was a good idea, I thought.
I know that they sell like I think that might be what it is.
It's like a painter's cloth.
It's like a painter's cloth. Mm-hmm. Well,
And you can get them pretty cheap.
It's like a netting thing. It's what they use. Normally they put it over the whole rafter thing itself.
Yeah.
And then they would use those for like blow-in insulation, and they would do that on the side of the walls too. Where it's pretty interesting on how they do that, but.
Well, we might put something up there just to keep, just in case it falls down, just to kind of keep it secured up there, and like, I guess
I have an idea for that.
some of those little pieces or whatever to fall. But really, honestly, after working with this material yesterday and cutting it and messing around with it, it is not like fiberglass. Not at all. It's not the same. It's not like where fiberglass, where you barely breathe on it and it's just like blowing in the wind. This stuff is really thick.
It's dense.
Thick.
It's super dense. And I'm super happy about the knife that we got, because
Yeah, that's a good knife.
that's a nice knife.
Yeah.
That's a good
Like
knife to
butter.
cut. Like butter.
Yeah.
And that threw me off. I was not expecting.
I know. I can't tell you how many times we've cut through fiberglass insulation with just a blade, a box blade. We're sitting there trying, and it's not cutting.
That knife just. Floop.
Yep.
And it's mineral wool, or rock wool. There's a lot of different names for it, but it's minerals, glass, rocks, things that they've broken down and heated up. 70% recyclable. So.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's very good stuff.
And it doesn't break down like fiberglass does.
Yeah, so we might put like a drop cloth or something up in the ceiling, just for the temporary. But I don't know. We're not going to do that right away. Our first demo is just to get all this stuff up there.
Yeah, let's get it up there first.
Yeah.
And see what we need to do.
And then we'll reevaluate. But I do like the drop cloth idea, because I know that those are pretty affordable, and it would allow it to be breathable. Where the plastic, it might trap in moisture or something, and that's what we don't want.
I don't want to trap in any moisture whatsoever. I want it to be able to breathe.
Definitely.
So.
Definitely. Well, guys, we're going to get rolling. We got a lot of work to do and try to finish up today and get going this morning. I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out with us.
Yes.
Drop down your suggestions in the comment section below. We love hearing from you guys, and we definitely read them. And when applicable, we take your advice. And if nothing else, we love, hearing your guys' stories, and we love our community. So thank you guys so much for watching Real Talk with SLR. We'll have a new video for you on Simple Life Reclaimed, and we'll probably have another Real Talk for you guys tomorrow, but we'll see what's going on. So until the next one, guys, we love y'all, and we hope you have a good one.
And we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye, you guys.
Later.